Welcome to Lesson 14. Be sure to refer to the PowerPoint presentations associated with this lesson for more in-depth information on the subject and for energy exercises associated with this lesson. So let's talk about the stone and shield. Knights who devote themselves to the shield and stone become masters of warding and magical defense. It's all about awareness. Knights dedicated to stone and shield strive to become masters of perception, sensing the vibrations of the earth and the stone, which is its bones, sensing all life around them, sensing the currents and flow of energy surrounding them. Developing these sensitivities permits a Knight of Stone and Shield to divert energy flows and swim through negative energy. It's about becoming slippery. A Knight of Stone and Shield often doesn't require wards, as their ability to avoid negative energy renders them slippery. The negative energy can't touch them. As the magical weapons related to this element are related to the element of earth, Knights on this path are also masters of crafts involving materials that come from the earth. And this is about blacksmiths. That is why the magical weapons of earth are associated with the art of blacksmiths. There is a Yakut proverb, the blacksmith and the shaman are from the same nest. Blacksmiths practice a form of alchemy. They're all about transformation. Anvil magic is something that we do within the order. One of the things that you will say in anvil magic rituals is, "Lay me on an anvil, ye gods, beat me to a crowbar, let me pry loose old walls, let me lift and loosen old foundations," which is from Carl Sandburg. This reminds us that there are times when we need to stand fast and let things come at us and break upon our wards and shatter. There are other times when we need to hammer down the walls and break down barriers. So it's about smith gods. Mythology is full of blacksmith gods, including Wayland, Volunder, Gwivnu, Hephaestus, Vulcan, and Ogun. Blacksmiths are considered to be magicians in many cultures since they take raw materials and forge them into useful and decorative things. They're connected to the chthonic realms from which the ore is taken to make metal. And in our Imbolc ritual, we engage in that anvil magic that I mentioned. Participants are invited to come forward and strike the anvil to evoke good fortune for a new project or to make a dream manifest. Stone and shield magic is also about shields and armor. Over the centuries, people have relied on armor to protect themselves. Personal armor has developed over the centuries from the simple shield and helmet of an ancient warrior to chainmail to elaborate suits of plate armor worn by medieval men-at-arms to flexible armor vests worn by modern police officers and soldiers. All armor offers the wearer a certain level of protection, yet for every level of armor there is some form of weapon designed to pierce it. Battlements can be breached and defenses infiltrated. So this is why we need to study shielding and its limits. We taught you about shielding when you were first a novice in the first training cycle. Those devoted to the shield and stone dedicate themselves to mastering shields, wards, and circle casting and defensive magic. The most common symbol for Earth is the pentacle. It's a five-pointed star in a circle. The pentacle is a symbol of both the Earth and the Wiccan's understanding of the universe. The magical weapons for these elements of Earth are the shield and the pentacle. The pentacle is a pentagram engraved within a round disc of wood, metal, or ceramic, or glass. And it's one of the earliest magical uses of various forms of the pentacle. It's always been as a form of protection. Thus, the pentacle represents the warrior's shield. And another symbol that is also typically used is the stone. The stone is probably the oldest weapon known to man. It's also building material. It can be used to create fortifications to shield defenders. Earthworks were an early form of fortification against attack. It is from ore pulled from the earth that we get the metal that make weapons and armor. Thus, it is the element of earth that teaches us the ways of shielding and protection. The weapons of earth are used to protect us. So in lesson 4, we showed you basic warding technique and circle casting techniques. And these techniques involve the use of hand gestures to help direct the energy. Now that you're more experienced in the use of energy for warding, visualization, and focusing will, let's simplify the process. There's a process in the PowerPoint presentation I'd like you to study. It's called energy bags. It involves visualization centered on your dantian and letting that energy explode out of it to instantly create a ward. So make sure you go to the PowerPoint presentation and study that because it's a very useful technique to use. Another thing that you'll find in the PowerPoint presentation is grounding. Knights who have chosen magical weapons also become experts in grounding. Grounding has several applications in Wiccan practice, one of them being protection. It's also used to enhance well-being. After you've been doing energetic work or magic, it's possible to build up surplus energy in yourself. So some of the chakras can become blocked and you can become filled with energy that's just going to unbalance you. Symptoms include restlessness or agitation. People with such built-up energy can present as rather manic. Confusion or distraction. You might find it hard to concentrate or process thoughts, and even dizziness or lightheadedness. So go to the PowerPoint presentation and look at the various forms of grounding that are taught by the order, which involve sending energy into the earth, the air, or water, or other techniques. I think you'll find them very usable. Finally, let's just talk about a few structures that are in Chiropalin in our group Astral Temple. One is the Skaya Temple, which is a place to go if you want to connect specifically with the goddess Skaya. She can be elusive, but the best way to have her appear is to persist. If you get knocked down, get up and stand your ground. I guarantee it'll be worth it. Another is the Zendo, which is a Japanese name for a meditation hall. It's a place where earth and air energies merge, creating a suitable place to do meditation and focus will. It's a good place to seek inspiration for the battle of proof that you need for the mastering ritual. And then lastly, there's the Stabla, which is a Gaelic term for stables. It's a place to discover totem animals. You recall in the myth of Cuchulainn, he made his way safely through the perilous glen by charming a lion and riding that lion through the glen. Many of you had totem animals when you first joined the order. Others encountered them at the Cairo when you arrived. If you haven't already found yourself a totem, establish a good place to go and look for one and get used to that experience. So be sure to study those energy exercises and grounding exercises within the PowerPoint presentation, and we'll see you for the next lesson. Go out there and be glorious.